Why do you love Nigeria so much?
You know, first of all, I am surprised sometimes that someone from abroad has to come and tell Nigerians how amazing the country is and how many opportunities there are here.
Right. And every one of us, most of us wants to travel out.
Exactly. Like when I tell, oh, I'm from Spain, people tell me, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, come on, this is one of the best countries in Africa.
In the world.
It's going to be.
Can you hear that? Really?
The potential that you have here, there's nothing like this ever.
Wow.
Like there's nothing
I
in
think
any
we should
other country.
give ourselves a round of applause, don't you think? It's an amazing country. Wow.
And that's what we're trying to do with the magazine. So our slogan in the magazine is to show the best of Nigeria. We all know already that there might be some traffic, problems with energy, things like that. But apart from that, what we want to focus is in the good things
beauty,
that
the good
people
things.
don't talk about. And I also realized there are many Nigerians living abroad. If they had been talking well about Nigeria, maybe the international image would be better. And what happened is that even Nigerians who have lived in London, in the US, you know, they have not been portraying Nigeria in the best way.
Wow.
So our magazine is all about that, showing the best of Nigeria. And we thought that the airlines are those ambassadors that fly and that send those messages around. So we thought it would be great to partner with them to be able to send this message.
Wow, and you mentioned that Malimbe. Malimbe is the name of a bird.
Yes, Malimbe, we chose the name because it's a bird that it's an endangered species. It's a species that only exists here in Nigeria and it's from Ibadan. And we thought also that a bird was a good symbol for a magazine that was going to be flying. So that's why we chose the bird.
Wow, okay, well, let's give a round of applause for that. You know, because, you know, a lot of us as Nigerians, a lot of us, because of, you know, we have peculiar issues and everybody wants to travel out of the country, you know, and to see, and that was one of the reasons why I actually wanted to have you on the show today, because I wanted you to, someone from outside, we need a different perspective to come and tell us that, yes, we are amazing, really, we are amazing. Okay, so let's talk about Malimbe Africa. So, yes, we know the motivation behind Malimbe Africa, but tell us again, what is Malimbe? What do you see Malimbe as? What are you trying to achieve with Malimbe? Like in the next 5 years, when we look at what you've been doing, what do you want us to see when we see Malimbe?
So when we started with Malimbe, the thing is that this is again something that shows that Nigeria is different from other countries. So most countries in the world, they have moved to an environment where there's just one national airline that handles everything. Nigeria is one of the few countries in the world, I mean there's other African countries, but especially Nigeria, who has many different airlines, and many of them are private. So when you have many airlines that are small, it's very difficult for them to have one department that just does, you know, a magazine. Because most airlines in the world, I mean, it's just one airline, it's a big airline, so they can produce a full magazine, 100 pages every month. But here it was difficult. So some of the airlines had tried to do it before, but it was difficult because they really need to focus on that. And also, if they don't have an audience, because you only have 1 or 2 flights a day, you don't really have a big audience.
And in Nigeria, you really saw, you got that platform.
Exactly. We felt like it made sense to have a magazine that goes on all of them and is customized.
That's
so what
beautiful.
we do is like, it's a 100 pages magazine every month, and it has the logo of the different airlines on the front. Okay. And we also give them 7 pages inside where they show their fleet, destinations, things like that. But all the other content is the same for all the editions that goes on the airlines, plus on Bolt, which was formerly Taxify. So that means that we reach, just with one magazine, 700,000 monthly passengers.
Wow. So the reach is wide, really.
Exactly. We're in 1,600 flights every single month.
Wow.
And because this is flying, we're covering 30 cities around Nigeria.
Wow. Wow. That's a wow. You know, I want you to tell us, because the success you've recorded with Malimbe has been amazing, actually.
The thing is that you need to plan very well in this country. In this country and in other ones, but this one more.
Particularly, you need to plan well.
I think that's one of the most important things because, for example, it took us around 6 months to sign all the deals with the airlines.
Okay.
Because before starting with this, you need to sign with the airlines agreements, and you need to convince them as well that this is the way to go. Some of them, they wanted their own magazine, this type of thing. So planning is very important because, for example, when you guys try to finance your own company or you're starting something, you plan, okay, I'm going to need this amount of money. But then it turns out that it takes you 3 more months to get to that point. So that means you're really needing more money than what you expected. So planning here, I always say that I always have plan A, plan B, and plan C, just in case one of them doesn't work.
Plan A, plan B, plan C. And somebody was telling me this morning, you have to have plan A to Z. In fact, you have to have plan Z. I'm like, okay, so you planned very well. And, for us as African women, you are like, you're an insider now. I can't really say you're an outsider. You're part of us right now. But, for us inside, we can't really, some of us can't see the beauty of where we stay. Because we grew up here. We see all the challenges every day, And some of us, we can't see it. And you as an outsider, you're trying to show us, should I say show us, the beauty. And this brings me to my next question. Since you started Malimbe, what were the specific challenges you encountered? And how did you tackle them and, to become successful?
So one of the most difficult things for us is quality control, for example.
Quality control.
At the beginning, quality control was something that I didn't even think of, Like I thought, okay, let's send to the printing house, we do this, once we have the layout, we print, etc. And then we realized that you really need to have a system to control that everything goes right. So no matter the idea that you have, it's very important that all the way you make sure it's happening. Okay. And it's the same, for example, with the editorial part, with the design part, because you need people that double check things all the way. Otherwise, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, and no one wants to blame someone at the end of the day, So, if something goes wrong, I don't want to blame anyone. We are a team.
Yeah.
So we all have to make sure that everything goes right from the beginning. So normally what we do every single month, we try to get better and we see, okay, how can we make a system that makes it easy? So everyone says, my part is done, my part is done, my part is done. So you get to a point where okay, everything, you can still make mistakes, but at least you have them under control, more or less.
Okay. How has this experience been for you starting a business in a country that is not your country, that you didn't grow up in? When did you come to Nigeria? Let me start from that.
I came to Nigeria with my previous company. I had been in the publishing industry for a very long time, and I came with my previous publishing industry.
Okay, so you had the experience for it,
yes.
Really?
So we were doing here a magazine. I was the country manager doing a magazine, but for an international company. I realized of the challenges as well at that point in time. For example, like why the airlines cannot have their own proper magazine, and that's when some partners also approached me. Okay. And that is also an important thing. If you guys are going with partners, you should check what is everyone bringing to the table. I think that's very important. You should not just partner with someone who is your friend just because they're your friend.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to have something related with that. Like, for example, I bring to the company my experience in publishing, obviously. But then I partner with a Nigerian who knows more about Nigeria than me, obviously, because I have no idea. Exactly. And he's into the manufacturing industry. Yeah. So obviously we're manufacturing something, so it's important to have someone that knows about it. And then we have another partner as well who has been working in the airlines industry somehow. So we had that part. So that means that everyone brings something and we become stronger by being together. But if you bring someone that is your friend, but the total becomes weak, it doesn't make any sense. So that is something that I had always read in books, and I didn't understand very well. But now I do understand that when you partner, it's very important who you're partnering with.
Wow. Okay. So, just who are your partners? I want you to tell us. I know that you partner with major airlines in Nigeria. Obviously, it's an in-flight magazine, and then you also partner with Bolt. And I also learned that you partner with some hotels. So, like, how many partners do you have, roughly?
Well, officially, the airlines are 5 at the moment. We're in discussion with other ones, but those are agreements that have been signed and that we are already delivering the magazines to them. So we count them as our main 5, our major partners. And then we have Bolt, Taxify before, that we also have an agreement with them. Then, for example, for the hotels, etc., what we do is we deliver magazines for free. There's no special agreement because you don't really need to. It's just something that they put on the lobbies, things like that.
The reception.
Exactly.
Okay.
But for example, for the airlines, you really need a proper agreement because you're using their logo, you're using their information, so it's important that everything is on that.
Okay, I just want to go off track a bit. Anna is actually engaged to a Nigerian. What? Yes, you're engaged to a Nigerian. Are you engaged to a Nigerian? You're not engaged to a Nigerian. Oh, I thought you were engaged to a Nigerian. Okay, so who are you engaged to?
I'm not engaged. I am not engaged. I am single, but I have my own ring. I buy my own jewelry.
Whoa, no. Okay. So what's your plan for marriage? I'm just trying to go off track. Are you planning to settle down here and marry a Nigerian?
I'm a person who plans a lot for business. Unfortunately, I don't plan too much for my personal life. So I do not have a plan for that.
Okay, but if you had your way, would you marry a Nigerian? I'm sorry, I'm intruding a bit, but would you marry a Nigerian?
I don't have it's not a decision that I make in advance. Whoever comes, and if I find someone...
Okay, so you're not like the stereotype person that I can't marry a Nigerian. Wow, that's amazing.
I've always felt like it probably would not be Spanish because I'm never in Spain.
Okay.
I've been traveling always, so I've always thought that it would be someone from abroad. But you don't know. I don't know.
Wow. Let's give a round of applause. Okay, so we want to talk about structures. Building structures. We know that you've built structure. I mean, you're not there yet because you're just starting out, you know. But then, with the little time you spend, you've built structure. What can you tell? Because the people sitting down here today are business people. They have businesses. Some of them are starting out in business. You know, tell us a little bit about building structures. Initially, when you're a newbie business person, an entrepreneur, you don't have all that experience. Yes, you might know your craft, but then there's a business side of your craft that you probably might not understand very well. So tell us a little bit about, you know, building structures, because I feel structures is what makes a business. And a lot of African businesses, Nigerian businesses don't have structures, really.
Well, for us, the most important thing for me personally, handling the magazine, was that I really need Nigerian people to work with me. There's no point of me writing a magazine or you know, handling a magazine that is supposed to be Nigerian and showing the best of Nigeria. Sometimes I feel like we're like coming into a meeting and saying, hey, this is a fully Nigerian magazine. I'm the only white person here, but this is a fully Nigerian magazine. So I made sure that the food...
How's that been? How's that been, you know?
Well, people laugh about it.
Don't you feel like the hard one out sometimes?
The thing is that if you surround yourself with Nigerians who know what to do, who, you know, like I talk to them, I tell them my ideas, but I need them to tell me their ideas, because they're the ones who know Nigeria, they're the ones who know better than me. I'm just learning, you know. So for example, when I remember when I was doing the food chapter, I was putting these nice images of, you know, very, very little food in a very big plate that we like fancy things that we do in Europe. And then, you know, one of my employees comes and says, look, Anna, we don't really like that type of food. What we want is a big plate with full of food, you know. So I realized, okay, we have to change that. It cannot be my style.
Cultural,
you know? It has to be Nigerian style. I have to focus on that. So that's how we created a company where all the people that are around me are Nigerians.
You know, I'd like to mention at this point that Gwmb Africa is the official media partner for the Girls Women Business Show. That we partner together, and that's amazing for us. And you know, what's your CSR plans? You know, I've seen some of that already. Do you have? Yes, you want to build a business in Nigeria. You want to show us the beauty of Nigeria, which, you know, in a way is a form of social responsibility. But then, do you have any plan to give back to the society? You know, give back to women, give back to just the society that has accommodated you. We've accommodated you, right? Yeah, so what's the plan?
Well, for us, as someone who has worked in publishing for a very long time, I always thought that information is very important. So what we want to do is to give access to everyone to the magazine, first of all, which is the easiest thing that we can do at the moment, especially when you're starting. So we're launching the full website next week. Everything is going to be online for free. Everyone can enter and check all the information. We have chapters on history, which we think it's something that people have not touched yet here in Nigeria. People are, you can't see a magazine in Nigeria talking about the history of Nigeria. And those are chapters that we're very proud of. Many people, when I go to meetings, they tell me that this is some of the content is the content that they would like their kids to take to school and just to take out the pages and analyze a little bit. I'm very proud of that. We're very happy with that because what we can give so far right now is content, So we want to make sure that everyone has access to the content no matter what on our website and also on our social media. For example, on Instagram, sometimes you have a business that it's very difficult to put on Instagram because you don't have content every day.
Yeah.
But for us, it's very easy. We have 100 pages every single month, so we upload absolutely everything that we have in our Instagram page as well. Okay. And then little by little, we'll try to do our best, obviously.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so I was going to ask that you're just about 2-3 months into Gwmb Africa. You're about 2-3 months. You started Gwmb about 2-3 months ago, and you've been this successful. So you are saying that you're just starting out. At what point would you say you're successful? Would you say, okay, I know that you want to keep trying, but at what point, what would you see and say that, okay, I think we've done something?
Well, first of all, I've seen many magazines in the country start and die very quickly.
Yes,
because it's not an easy business. It's something, especially for quality content. 100 pages every month. It's like we finish one and we have to already have the other one. It's direct. So for us, the success is already being able to keep it at least for 2 years. That's my first objective, having it on the airplanes with everyone, for everyone to see at least for 2 years. And let's see what happens. That's one of the dreams, obviously.
Well, okay, so you said you've been working with Nigerians a lot since you started, of course, because you're more familiar with the culture of the people and all that. So how's your experience been? I think I should ask that.
Sorry,
how's your experience been working with Nigerians?
Well, I've been blessed. I've been very happy. Like every day I am thankful for the people that I work with. Many of the times...
So we are amazing, right? In one word. Please let's give ourselves a round of applause once again.
We are amazing. Hardworking as well.
Okay. Hardworking.
Many of the times, you know what? It's a funny thing. It's weird. I'm here alone, so it's like it's not like I have family or anything like that in the country. So many of the times, my life is just from morning to afternoon is work. I don't have anything else. And the people that I talk to during the day is the people that I work with. So I remember doing some yoga in the afternoons one day, and at the end of the class, the teacher used to say, think of 3 things that you're thankful for today. And many of the days, I'm thankful for my graphic designer, I'm thankful for my driver who takes me everywhere, and it's really important for me that, he knows more than me how to move in Nigeria, he takes care of me, these type of things. So most of the people would be thankful for their family or for things like that, and I am really thankful for these people that are around
you. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, you can keep it up. And just to wrap it up, what as the Spanish woman from Spain, what advice would you give to we Nigerians? Of course, you're in our country, doing business in our country, working with us, So what advice do you have for us as Nigerian women in business?
Well, it's not just for Nigerians. I guess it's for everyone.
Everybody.
I think the previous person here was also saying the same, that they need to believe in themselves. The same way that I come here and I believe in Nigerians, I feel like they have to believe in themselves as well. And then for me, it's about what we were mentioning before. I think planning in anything in your life is something really important, because nothing becomes an objective, or you cannot get a result if you don't go through processes, if you don't take the first step and the second step and the third step. So you can never be successful unless you take that first step and you're constant and you're constant and you're constant. It's about being constant.
Consistent. That's good stuff. Okay, so just in closing, just to wrap it up, tell us, these are business people on it today, and some of them they want more visibility, they want more publicity for their businesses, they want more business, really, they want more sales, and how can Malimbe help them achieve that? Just in one word.
Well, obviously, we have opportunities for every type of business. We have different chapters in terms of editorial. Then we have options for advertising. You can get in touch with us or with our team anytime on Instagram or on the website. We have, like I was talking with the next person here, who is a fashion designer. We have a fashion chapter, so we were telling her already, whenever you want, just send us some pictures. We will put you as a fashion designer. So anyone who's starting a business is also invited to send us an email and tell us what they do.
Wow. Okay. I hope your prices are not over the top.
Well, they're Nigerian, so... No, really, before
what do you mean by that?
The thing is that because before I was working for an international company, so everyone was telling me that you are very expensive because, we have to pay you in dollars.
Okay.
Now, they're Nigerian. So it's a Nigerian company. Obviously, the prices are Nigerian. Before we establish any of the prices...
So there's something called a Nigerian price.
Exactly. I call it Nigerian price.
Okay.
Before, everyone was telling me, no, we don't want to pay in dollars, obviously. But now, as a Nigerian company. The thing is that before establishing the prices...
Is that a good thing? Do you think that's a good thing?
I think it's a good thing. When I go to a meeting, that's a good thing. Definitely. They don't have to pay in dollars anymore. Before we established our prices, what we did is an analysis of the industry. So we checked all the prices of all the newspapers, all the prices of all the magazines, the prices of the billboards, TV and radio. So once you have all that information, you are able to come up with a price that makes sense for the same market. And because you're giving the same type of service, you're giving advertising. So once you know the prices of everyone else, it's very easy to calculate your own price.
That's beautiful. How many of you learned a thing or two in this section? You learned one thing or two, right? Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you for this section. Thank you for Malimbe. Thank you very much. We're rounding up this section once again. Let's give her a round of applause. A resounding clap this time around. Thank you very much. Thank you.